Hello, friends. I am sprinting because I have been staring at this book and not getting much done. So I wanted to sprint. So let me know what you're reading in the chat. My parents came over earlier and we had dinner and stuff. And I have a long weekend this weekend. The Dark Romance Readathon starts. So I'm just feeling like getting one book in before the readathon starts, which is tomorrow. And yeah, so I am reading this book. It is Belladonna. Do I have the dust jacket? I think I do. Hold on. It's in here somewhere. Yes. I'm reading this book. It should be pretty good. It's like a gothic romance. And it's YA, but it also has like a mystery to it. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I saw it in Target and I was like, this cover's speaking to me. And also I was just feeling like a YA type vibe because I get through them so fast. They're sometimes some of my favorite books, depending. And this one has like some death/shadow magic vibes. I'm not sure, but I'm on like page 6. So we're not doing that good. And then I also just got Lightlark, which I know is like, what is happening with this? I'm not sure. There's something going on, like hate reviews or something. But I was actually pretty pumped for this. And I don't know. I still want to read it and give it a fair chance. I feel like it has a good premise. And I was actually really excited for it. So I'm hoping that it's good. I don't know what all the talk is about, but that's what I'm doing. So I have these two today to read, but I think I'm going to start with this one because I'm invested a little bit. And yes. So, hello, reading The Deal by Elle Kennedy. That's so fun. I read that for a vlog and I gave it like a 3.5 or something. It was just like fun and fresh. I still need to finish the series though. I'm reading a historical romance by Lisa Kleypas. I still have to read Lisa Kleypas. I started historical romance with Tessa Dare, like the standard, historical romance. I feel like she's really good if you just started out, or at least that's what I heard. So I started there. I liked them. I'm just not like drawn towards historical romances as much as I am other subgenres. Angelia, hello. Hello, by the way, I found out about Lightlark because of you and I'm excited to read it. Yes, I'm excited for it. I don't know what all the bad reviews are about, but I've seen some good ones too. So I think there was like something going around where people were hate reviewing it without even reading it because they were like, I don't know what it is about. I don't know. I don't stay up to date with this stuff, but I saw Olivia Reads a Latte, really liked it, so that gives me hope. I'm reading Flawless by Elsie Silver. I started that one, and it's in my Kindle library still. I think I got to like chapter 6 or something, and it was good. I don't know. I was just in like a funk, so I need to pick it back up because I've heard it gets better because, I don't know. I wasn't like vibing totally with it at first, but I did hear it gets a lot better once the two characters kind of interact more. So I'm hoping to pick that one back up when I'm in the mood. Hello, I'm reading Broad Stiff, fifth in the series by Annalise Ryan. Yes. Halfway through The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I usually don't pick up books like this, but I'm really enjoying it. I really liked that book. I gave it to my mom to read, and she really liked it. And she's not really a reader, but I usually give her like ones that I think she'll like. And I do want to read the new one by Taylor Jenkins Reid, the tennis one. I've heard like mixed reviews. Hello, I'm reading Dead Silence. Ooh, I've heard of that one. Yes, Christine. Copy of I'm Glad My Mom Went. Ooh, yes. I've been reading that on audio, like when I'm in the car. So I'm going to pick that back up when I head to work on Tuesday again. So good. I mean, not good because it has some heavy topics, but so well written. Loving it. I'm on chapter 9, about halfway through the accidental pinup. I saw this one I was in another city, and I usually get something like at any bookstore that I visit, and I saw that one and I was gonna get it, but I didn't. So you have to tell me how it is. Hello. Oh my gosh. I love that book. How are you liking it? It's so weird at first, but it really delivers something. It's just something else. I don't know. Hello. Just started Him by Serena Bowen and Elle Kennedy. Oh, we got a lot of Elle Kennedy in here because I was talking to my mom about hockey romances and she really liked this one. Yes. I have both of those in the duet. And then there actually is a new hockey romance that just came out by, who was it by? Helena Hunting. Um, yeah, because Little Lies is the first one, and then the second one just came out, and I really want to read it because it just looked so good. I think it was like it literally came out today, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I definitely want to get to that series, and I think it's a standalone series, so like you can read whatever you want. Carrie Soda was really good. Okay, I'll have to pick it up. It's not like in my normal like genres that I love to read, but I will occasionally pick up something that's very hyped in the bookish world. Hello, how are you? Feeling good. Okay, so I'm thinking 35-minute sprints today. I know that's not as crazy as I normally do, but my attention span is lacking here, but we might pick it up as the night goes on. So I tried to do that timer thing that a lot of the tubers do. If I can get it to work, I will get it to work. But I don't know. My iPad is kind of weird and it might not even let me share my screen. So I'm not quite sure. Let's see. Yeah, I might just put a little thingy. I don't see where I can share my screen. I'd have to go on my computer. TJR cannot read a bad book. I've only read one. Wait, no, I read Daisy Jones and the Six too, which I didn't like really love, but I should have just done it on audio because it literally is a podcast, so I think it would have been better on audio. I was not interested in Carrie Soto at first, but if Sarah says so, yes, queen. I just looked at the alternate discreet cover on Little Eyes, and it's so cute. It is, and I really like the cringy covers too, like the men. I just love those. I don't know. Don't read it physically. The audiobook is great. Yes, love it. Also, I have RN behind me. If you're wondering who this is RN from the Plated Prisoners series, and she's an icon. If you haven't read that series, Gilda's the first one. It's so good. So let's start with our first sprinty, and we'll do 35 minutes. Hello. I read 40 pages, so pretty decent. It's pretty good so far. I'm still reading Belladonna for those that joined late. The cover looks like this by Adeline Grace. This author also wrote, what is it? I forget. All the Stars and Teeth? Stars and Teeth? Some like mermaid type book. I have it. I just need to read it. But this one's really good so far. It's giving like exactly what I wanted, like a YA fantasy that has kind of creepy vibes / gothic undertones. I wanted something like House of Salt and Sorrow by, I forget the author's name, Aaron Craig, I think. I really wanted something like that because September, it just feels right to have something creepy. I don't know. So this is definitely giving me what I want. And also, it's so pretty underneath the cover. It has little bees with like skulls in the middle. So fun. I think it's because it's first edition or something. But yes, how's everyone's reading going? Hello, how are you? What are you reading today? Hi, Katie. Does it have a subplot of romance? Yes, it does. It says it does. I haven't gotten to any romance yet, but it does. I think she's going to be in love with Death, but there is another guy that she just met that was like escorting her somewhere, and so he's interesting. I don't know, but I think that she's going to be in love with Death, who is like a person. And yeah, it's just really good so far. I'm really liking it. She basically like cheated Death as a baby, and so now she has like weird deaths every time she just has been in a lot of homes where people die, and so she's kind of an orphan that just keeps on being taken to new homes. And so this guy just escorted her somewhere else, and it seems like this is going to be the setting, this like manor, and I think it's going to be creepy and gothic. I don't know. And she just learned she can like also have Death, like she can make people die if Death is around her. Like the Reaper, she calls him. Yeah. So we'll see. But it does say it's a deadly gothic romance with great secrets and darkly twisted and all the good things. Yeah. So I'm here for it. This book is on my TBR because it sounded like it was going to give me Lake's Edge vibes, and I was obsessed with that book. So excited for the sequel, Gothic Fantasy Romance. I've been wanting to, I just saw you post this on Instagram, and I was going to read that one too because it comes out this September, right? Yes. I think that you might like this one if you want those vibes. It seems like they're similar, but yeah. Hello, reading Love on the Brain. Yes, I want to read that one so bad. I actually took a picture today of it with my drink of choice because it kind of matched. I'll show you because sneak peek to my Instagram. But yeah, I had a drink today, and oh, why isn't it showing up good? Yeah, I have the Illumicrate version, so that's why the cover is like a darker purple. But yeah, so yummy. Oh my gosh. But I'm excited for that book too. I'm glad people are loving it. I've heard it was like similar to The Love Hypothesis, and some people complained that it was too similar, but I don't think that I'd mind that much because I did like it. I think I rated it 4 stars. The first one, I didn't like, I wasn't obsessed with it, but I had just read it after I had read Spanish Love Deception. So I was just like loving Spanish Love Deception. I had read that when it came out and it was still indie published. And then right after that, I read The Love Hypothesis. So Sicko by Amo Jones is one of my faves. That was the first Amo Jones that I picked up. And then I thoroughly enjoyed the Midnight Mayhem series by her, which is a carnival slash circus type vibe. And it's now a completed series. I'm reading the 4th book this week for the Dark Romance Readathon. And I'm so excited. Oh my God. It's going to be so good. But yeah, recently Amo Jones's books haven't been hitting for me as much. I feel like her writing is somewhat confusing sometimes, and recently her releases have just been more confusing for me personally. So I'm nervous for this 4th book, but I know the world really well, so I feel like I can get into it even if it is confusing. So like death is personified and she falls in love with him. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. I think. But I'm only 44 pages in, but that's what I'm getting so far. Sequel comes out the 27th. Oh, so it is out already. Okay. I might have to pick this up. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it's a redhead on the cover, right? Because I remember seeing the cover and being like, oh my God, I love that. I'm also reading Love on the Brain. Yes. Hello, I'm reading Belladonna by Adeline Grace. YA fantasy gothic romance. Definitely recommend picking the series up because it sounds like it will be your vibe. Yes. I got it at Target, so it was like a wee bit cheaper. But yeah, it was like a spur of the moment decision, and I do not regret it. I've been wanting to read The Spanish Love Deception, but the reviews are so mixed. But I've heard good things about the American Roommate Experiment. So, yes, I feel like... Okay. I read The Spanish Love Deception when it first came out, and it was still indie. And I loved it, and all the community that reads indie published books were loving it. And then it became huge. So then I feel like now that it's become more like widely available / has reached more audiences, it's hard to see, it's hard to take the reviews. I take them with a grain of salt is what I'm trying to say, because I feel like I don't relate to the taste of everybody as much as I do like the community that I normally am in. If that makes any sense. I don't know. I feel like I did make a little bit of sense, but yeah, I feel like people were loving it, and then when it gets widely known, people start hating on it or like hate reading, or like they don't normally read romance like that or whatever. So I don't know. I loved it. I thought it was such a happy, fun time. And it was just a joy to read. I just remember sitting on the couch and loving it, and just so good. But it is a slow burn, which can be a little bit, people don't sometimes like slow burn, like as a taste for every single book that they read. They just don't like slow burn. So that's something to be aware of, because it does have a really slow burn. But I'm excited for American Roommate Experiment. That is our Sugar and Spice book club pick. So super hyped for it. I picked that one up yesterday. My cover is different. It's purple. Oh, you must have the Barnes & Noble edition. I saw one that's like more purple. And it's like the inverse of this one. But I think this one's like first edition. And then the other one's like the Barnes & Noble edition or something like that. Yes, I need to read this. I prefer indie romances, so I'd probably enjoy it. Not as much of a traditional romance girl as I was when I first started reading. Yes, same. I have like a mix, but I'd say I own more indie romances than traditional. And I still love traditional romances, but I don't know. I love the originality / being able to recommend things that are different, and also putting more authors out there that some people wouldn't have known about already. I just love that about indie romance. And also, I just find sometimes the plot lines hit so much, because it's not like they can sometimes be more original in like the dark romance subgenre, and also like suspense and mystery plots I feel like are a lot more, they just have more in indie publishing. I feel like there isn't a lot of like traditionally published suspense romances out there, and if there are, I find that they're like the mass paperback kind. So I do have some of those though. Slow is immaculate in my opinion. Yes, it depends how it's done for me. Like I love Miranda Zapata. I'm a typical girly when it comes to Mariana. But one that I didn't think that I'd like, but I did, was Marriage for One by, who was that by? Marriage for One. I don't remember now. But yeah, it was so slow burn. Oh my god. Probably the slowest burn that I've ever read was Marriage for One. It was like they had the names of Titanic, Jack and Rose, I'm pretty sure. And or maybe it was just Jack, but that was like explained in the book. So it was a crazy slow burn though. Yes, the Barnes Noble edition. I do love this one too. Do you have like the frame in the back? I feel like it did. But yeah, I love it. It's so pretty. I was so surprised when I took off the dust jacket. I was just expecting like a normal one. But also Light Lark has the like cover underneath it too, which I just love when they do that. And it's not just like a color. I don't know. I'm excited to read that one too. I can't remember the last time I read a traditionally published romance. And these just hit different. Yes, I agree. I think the next one I am going to read is Love on the Brain, because I'm kind of like feeling it right now. But yeah, I've been feeling a lot of things, and then all of a sudden I'm picking up something else. I have like 6 currently readings, and I don't even do that normally, so I really need to get my shit together. But life has been insane. Ella Mays, yes. That was a good book. I need to read her other books too, the like Jason Thorne and Adam Connor, Frame in the Back, and Flowers and Deadhead Moths with a crow on the front. Okay, so it's the same except just the colors. Nice. Yes. I love that. Are there any like anticipated reads you guys are just waiting for in September? I was waiting. I'll tell you. I was waiting for Bone Island by Nicole Fiorina. I put it in my thumbnail. It's like the it's like the center stage of my thumbnail for my September TBR. The day after I posted my TBR and said like, oh my god, I can't wait for Bone Island to come out. I clearly manifested it the wrong way, because she then announced that she's not releasing it until November. And I was like, oh, like what? I literally cried, but it's fine. I'm excited for it whenever it will release. But I was pretty sad because fall time is the perfect time to read Bone Island. Maybe she'll release it a little bit early though. I'm hoping maybe she said November as like, you know, some cushion in case, and that she'll release it in October. But I don't know. I was really looking forward to that one, so I'm pretty sad. But it's fine. It's fine. Just finished A Cursed Kiss and Prince of Seduction by Jenny Hickman because I saw it all over Instagram. Ooh, I haven't even heard of this before. Maybe I know the cover. Let's see. A Cursed Kiss. Ooh, that cover. Oh, it has good ratings. It has like a 4.08 average on Goodreads with like 1,500 ratings. Myths of Aaron. Aaron? Okay, this looks kind of fun. Oh, on a mythical island? Oh my god, so fun. Do you think I'd like this? I might add this to my TBR. I'm screenshotting. Waiting for Love Me. Yes, me too. I can't wait. Oh, isn't it the end? Yeah, it's the end of September though, like the 30th or the 27th. I always forget which one. But oh my God. I've been waiting ever since it was originally released, supposed to be released in August, but it's gonna be so good. I might have to reread like the ending of Save Me because I remember it being very dramatic, but I want to like feel all the feels again and then go straight into Love Me because they always end on a cliffhanger. If you don't know what the series is, the first one's Find Me, and it's such a good series. Reverse harem. It has a murder plot / stalker plot, and the reverse harem is all brothers. Oh, so good, so good. Not something that's coming out this year, but something I'm anticipating reading is Brutal Prince because I've never read Mafia before. Ooh, yes. I posted a like poll for I want to do a series vlog in September, or at least start one. And one of them was the Brutal Birthright series by Sophie Lark. And I think that one is winning by like a lot. So that's exciting. I've been wanting to read it. I thought that one might win, but I thought I had some good, like, other options on that poll. But it's crazy how much it won. Yeah. It won by 43% so far. So the other one that's in line is the Bergman Brothers series by Chloe Leese. Chloe Leese. Yeah. But I'm excited either way. I did read Brutal Prince. I didn't think it was, like, as amazing as I thought it was going to be based on the hype that surrounds it, because that series is like all over and everyone's always quoting it. So maybe it's because I've already heard like all the quotes / the scenes that were in there and that were like super explosive. But since I'd already seen them on TikTok or like all of those videos, I felt like I knew the story already. So I think I rated it like 3.5 or 3. It was good. I just like I think I was overly anticipating it. So I'm excited to see the rest of the series because I feel like I'll like them a little bit more, not knowing much about them. And there's like a ballerina one, and I always love when there's anything to do with dance in stories / books. Also, ice skating. Really love an ice skating romance. But I just saw a new one on Instagram today, and I am really hyped to give it a shot. I saved it into my TBR. What is it called? It's called Sting of Ice by Clara Elroy. And it looks like it's going to be really good. It's releasing September 26th. It's in a series of standalones. And the first one's called Kiss of War, I think. And it's about a figure skating Olympic medalist, revenge plot, fake dating, alpha hole, sister's brother-in-law, forbidden romance. I mean, sign me up. Just sign me up. I love an ice skating romance. I'm really excited. Also, The Teacher of Nothing by Kay Webster is coming out in October, which will be so good. I love Kay Webster. Her writing's so easy to read, I feel like. Yes, I agree. Definitely. Or the book that I read, what did I read recently? Crow by Asa Varelli. That one was a really good Irish Mafia one too. Yes, yes. I'm really excited for the Grim Reaper's lawyer. Sounds so good and unique, and I follow the author on TikTok. Oh, I need to look this up too. Let's see. The only thing that I remember looking at that has Reaper in it is that one with like the white cover. It's on a lot of people's lists on TikTok for dark romance recs, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it is this author. I don't know. The Grim Reaper's lawyer by book. Okay. Let's see. Okay, wait, I'm not seeing it. Why am I not seeing this? That's the thing with indie stuff. Sometimes you can't find it unless you have the exact. What am I thinking of? It has like a white cover with like a sword on it. I don't know. Many people who don't enjoy the first book in the Brewer Birthright series tend to really enjoy the second one, Stolen Air. Yes, she's a ballerina in that one, and Beauty and the Beast. That is up my alley. Yes, that sounds amazing. It reminds me a lot of, I don't know, what is it called? Kill Switch? Kill Switch by Penelope Douglas. Unmatched ballerina vibe. Love that book. So good. If I could reread that and like for the first time again, oh, so good. Comes out December 28th. Mia Monique. Oh, okay. Let me go on Instagram then. Because it was giving me a bunch of like, I don't even know what was going on. Not romance. That's for sure. Mia Monique. Nice. Yes, let me add. Debut author. Yes, we love it. I can't wait to read. Mystic Box is coming with Kelly Hart, and I haven't read any Kelly Hart before, so I'm excited for that. And just all the gothic vibes this fall. I'm just so ready. I love fall. Fall is like my fave. But yeah, let's do another sprint. Was 35 minutes good, or do you want 45? Let me know. Let me know. I'm down to do a longer one this time if y'all want to. Because I feel like I'm into my book now, finally. Let's see. All right, longer. Let's do. Oh, perfect. To the top. To the top. Make it drop. Okay. Just, we're getting. Oh, till 00. All right. I'll see you in 45 minutes. Hello. This is getting good. Okay, I'm living. Chapter 13. So I got to page 100, which is my goal tonight. So amazing. And yes, there's like a mystery plot going on right now. And we've got two like potential love interests that I'm liking. So obviously I like Death the most. But there is still another one that is interesting. So I'm wondering if he'll be like some sort of plot twist or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's really good. I'm excited to see what happens. I need to get a bookmark, but I dog ear. I don't know if you knew this about me, but I dog ear. I am a terrible human, I know. But why is my phone okay? There's a quote in here. Because death is the only reprieve for the dead, it cares little for those it leaves behind. That was a good quote. I was like, where's my tabs? Why didn't I bring them in the room? How is everyone's reading? Did you get some good pages in? I was supposed to continue the reading sprint, but my brother and I decided to go late night. Oh my god, underrated, because everything is getting restocked. And also it's more peaceful. There's less people. It's less crowded. And you always get something more yummy. You know what I mean? Like a late night snackety snack. I don't know. I always end up getting like a bunch more things if I go at night. Like sweets. Getting me excited for this book when I'm doing Sci-Fi September. Yes. Oh my god, sci-fi. That sounds fun. I really want to read Titanic by Brandon Sanderson because I know I'm mostly a romance girly, but I love the Skyward series by Brandon Sanderson. It has like a tiny bit of romance in like the latter of the books, but Titanic came out like last year. Never read it, but I just bought it recently and I really need to read it. It's the third book. And I don't know, I love it. I also need to read Project Hail Mary, which I also have. But I need to be in the mood for it. Like I need to read a lot of romance and then just be like, I need a palate cleanser from romance. I'm watching Noelle's new video and getting ready for bed. Yes, I just got a notification for it. I was like, ooh, late night upload. Chapter 17. Ooh. Is it getting spicy? I'm ready. Oh my god, chapter 17. That happens earlier than the Love Hypothesis. I feel like Love Hypothesis was just a little bit slower burn, you know? Was the Love Hypothesis the one where they had that scene where they were playing like football or something or soccer? No, that was the Spanish Love Deception. I'm pretty sure. Again, I read them at like the same time, but I'm remembering there was that scene where he like takes his shirt off to play the game that they're playing, and then there's this whole scene that's like so fun and funny. It's probably the Spanish Love Deception. Probably. I had to stop dead silence because my coworker just lent me A Child Called It, and I feel like it's the most definitely gonna make me cry. Oh yeah, for sure. That book was like super popular when I was in middle school. Like people were reading it a lot, or like early high school, which was a long time ago. Like I don't know, 15 years ago, 10 years ago. I don't even remember. But I've been doing more romance videos lately, but I think for the fall I'm going back to some thrillers and romantic suspense books. Yes. Oh my gosh. I have thrillers in this room. This is like my reading room / like my filming room. So I have most of my bookshelves out in like an area with a lot of sun, like a sunroom type vibe. But in this room, I did put my thrillers and my Mystic Box copies because I have like a really small thriller collection. Here it is. So I've got Mystic box copies there. And then that's some of my collection. I'm just like, but yeah. So that's some of my horrors slash thrillers. I love Best Friend's Exorcism. But yeah. That's my tiny bookshelf. I also love like romantic suspense slash like just darker romances in the fall slash even in the winter. I just love an isolated setting. So good. I just want to be cozy. If it is the sunscreen scene, it was the Love Hypothesis. That might have been it. Was his name Adam? I swear. I'm always forgetting things. I can't even type today. Yeah, it probably was. So fun. Yes, his name was Adam. Okay. Yes, it was from the Love Hypothesis. Who's gonna see the movie adaptation of my? I am so excited. I can't believe it's coming out. I hope it's good. I really want it to have like Stranger Things type vibes. Like I hope they do the 80s justice because I loved that book. It was just so nostalgic and also it made me cry in the end because of the female friendship that was happening. I loved it. It was just so relatable with like the childhood friends that like grew apart, but they still loved each other. Oh, I loved it. It's so good. Dead Silence was so good. I plan on watching it. Really hoping they don't mess it up. I know. I feel like it's a hit or miss. Isn't it on Amazon Prime? I feel like those are a hit or miss. Did you guys watch the Summer I Turned Pretty? I loved it. I know it was like kind of cheesy, but for what it was like in the time period that I had read it, it made sense how they did it. So I loved that. I can't wait for the next seasons. Ryan was like, "Oh, remember that horrible show you were watching?" I'm like, "It was not horrible. It was meant to be. Okay? It was great. It was nostalgic. It was everything that I wanted." That's all I have to say. But yes. It was so good. I don't know. I also had read that when I was pretty young. I think it was like 2014, so I must have been like 17, 16. I don't know. But I was definitely, I don't know, what team was I on? I think I was team Jeremiah, but then I switched to Conrad. I think we all kind of did that. But if I look back at my Goodreads, I had transferred over my reviews from when I was a teenager, and those ones are so funny because I just was like, I had no chill with my reviews. I put spoilers like in my Goodreads reviews. I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah, I said this is a must read. One summer changes everything, and they both fight over her, and it's so good. That's what I said. Oh, such a good series. I don't know. It's so nostalgic, you know? What else? Oh, yeah, I 5-starred the second one. And then the last one, I think I put my team. Oh, I said I felt bad. Okay, wait, I don't want to go into spoilers, so I won't say what I said. But if you want to know, I spoiled the series when I read the book back then. Yeah. But I think I was ultimately Team Conrad. But in the show, I'm Team Jeremiah. If that makes any sense. I don't know. I read it just so I could compare it to the show. Yes, I read and watched Along for the Ride. I thought the movie was so like not as good as Summer I Turned Pretty. I was so underwhelmed with it, but I don't remember really reading the book that much. I think I liked it. Let me see if I have that one in my Goodreads. Because I did like Sarah Dessen when I was a teenager. I think I liked Someone Like You the best, but Along for the Ride was up there. Oh yeah, I rated it 5 stars at the time. Love the characters. Easily related. Love Sarah Dessen. That's what I said. So yeah, but I wasn't super impressed with the movie. Yes, so good. Just Listen was good. Dreamland was really good. I feel like this is my hot take. I actually feel like girls who like Sarah Dessen would probably like Colleen Hoover, or maybe they graduated into Colleen Hoover when that was, if they knew about Colleen Hoover before. And like now, I feel like if they read Sarah Dessen, maybe they also went into Colleen Hoover. Because they have similar vibes, but like Sarah Dessen's like an introduction to just that emotional / romance vibe. Especially Dreamland. That one's like about an abusive relationship and stuff. Yeah, I definitely agree. It was just kind of boring. I don't know. I watched the whole thing still, but I remember Ryan was like, "Why are you watching this?" Because I was just like stale faced the whole time. I'm like, I've only read Along for the Ride, Lock and Key. Oh yeah, I did read that one too. I loved Sarah Dessen, but I haven't read a Coho. Oh my gosh, you have to read Coho. I feel like I don't know. I know it's like she's like super hyped right now and everything, but her like OG books are really good. Hopeless was good. It had like a plot twist to it, which was crazy. And then, and I like all her books pretty much, but I guess It Ends With Us is one of my favorites because of the subject matter, like being abuse. But not that's my favorite. I just mean I like connecting to the characters in that way. So I always liked books that had like representation for that. And yeah. But I know it's like super hyped now, so everyone's kind of scared, or like it's just overhyped to the point of like maybe it won't hit the way people think it will. But I really liked Verity. I didn't love it. I think I rated it 4 stars, but it was a lot different than her other stuff. So yeah, but I actually love Heartbones. Probably it's one of my favorite Colleen Hoover books. I think you can find it still on KU too, because she indie published that one. It's a little bit recent, but I don't know. That one was really, really good. I think it's underrated. I love the movie How to Deal with Mandy Moore. That's the movie where they combined 2 of her books. Ooh, I didn't know about this one. I love Mandy Moore. She was in You're My Only Hope. What's that movie? You know the song Only Hope by Mandy Moore. A Walk to Remember. So good. Loved it. Yes. You should try Layla. I have Layla too. I really want to read that. I think I started it and I wasn't in the mood for like the paranormal energy it was giving. I loved Sarah Dessen as a teen, but never read Coho. Oh my gosh, 2 people that's never read Coho. I feel like you gotta at least try. I really like also Maybe Someday, which is another one that people don't talk about as much, but it has like some music vibe. If you're into music, if you ever like played the piano / just are really into music, I think you'd like that one. It's at the top of my list. I have Hopeless and haven't read it yet, but I'm going to Book Bonanza next year, so I plan on reading it before them. Okay, I was actually literally going to ask about this. Like I was planning like, okay, what should I ask next sprint, because like anxiety. But Book Bonanza, I wanted to go to, like, me and my friends were like thinking about going, but I also have my wedding next year. So it's like around the same time, and I'm like, that might be too much to do, so I might wait until 2024. But I'm like, is it worth it? Like, is it too crowded? Will it make you anxious? Like, what's the vibe? Has anyone ever gone? Is it fun? Do you get to like actually interact with the authors? Or like, I don't know. I'm like 50-50 on it. I don't know if it would be like my thing. I'm super like, I'm not good with crowds. I get really bad anxiety when it comes to like overstimulating social events. If that makes sense. I don't know. Like I can socialize, but then I need to recharge the battery because I'm very introverted. Despite me being very talkative, it takes everything in me to do like a whole weekend thing. So I'm not sure, but I think it would be fun to like meet everybody and like meet people that you might not have met before. You know, I think it'd be fun. I read Verity in one night. It's my favorite. Yeah, I think I read that one super quick too, just because it was so intriguing, you know, like you had to know what happened. And also that staircase scene, I couldn't. I was like, that is scary. I lost sleep. I've always liked Mandy more because we share a name. Oh yes. She's so pretty too. Too Late is pretty dark. Not her best, but still enjoyable. I actually haven't read that one, and I need to because it's intriguing. I really enjoyed November 9. I also like that one. Hello, Sydney. How are you? What have you been reading? I feel like we haven't talked in a hot minute. Yes. Yes, exactly. November 9, one of the faves. I've never been, but based on what I've seen from other YouTubers, it can be a little crowded. But maybe if you're with your friends, they can create a little protective circle. Yes, that's true. It does depend on who you're with. Like, I feel like if you're alone, it's like, whoa, that's a lot to handle, you know? But yeah. I'd go to Disneyland for a few hours and my social media would go out very quickly. Yes. Yes. I also feel like that depends on who you go with, too. Like, if they're super into Disney and like the whole vibe, your energy will just be there the whole day. Because when I went with my best friend, like, we were super excited and into it. And it just felt like a great day, like every day. And we went like straight up 5 days in a row. But then when I went with Ryan, he was like excited to try Epcot, but he was just like, you know, like not very into the whole Disney thing. But it was just a different energy, you know? Like I felt more of the like pressure. I don't know how to explain it, but like I didn't feel the same energy as I did when I went with my best friend, you know? Like it was still fun, but it was more magical with somebody who like believed in the hype type thing. So I also think that's probably the case with the book conventions. If you go with someone who is super hyped for the same authors that you are, I think that would change your perspective. Because imagine going with people and like they're excited for one author that maybe you don't read a lot, and then you are really excited for like a dark romance author or something, and then you just have different energies, you know? I don't know. Didn't she write a series with Taryn Fisher? Yes, I've actually heard good reviews. Haley from Haley Hughes. She loved the first book, and then I think she said it went downhill from there, but it was still good. Like, but she loved the first one, and then she finished it all. So it's been a while, and me too. I have been so busy, but I'm finally calming down a bit. So it's been nice to like read and like get moved in because I have a new place, and it's just great. House Across the Lake, Dicey. I also have her actually like right here. I got her used. She's cute. I'm excited. I need to read it. I've just been putting it off because everyone was like, she was not good. But I don't know. I don't have the same opinions on thrillers usually as the majority just because I don't read a ton of them. So my standards are kind of maybe low, or maybe I just like other things. I don't know. People's energy definitely matters. Yes. Another thing too is when you're at Disney, you're outside a lot, and at a convention, you're in a confined space. Yeah. Yeah, concerts can be a little dicey. I like to be somewhere on the end, but sometimes you can't really decide on that. So I will get a little anxious, but I'll just get like a beer or something to chill myself out. um, but definitely like festivals, not for me. Not for me at all. I went to this like country music festival in, I don't even know when it was, but I don't even like country music that much. But I went to this country music festival, and Lord, it was just so not my thing. Just not my thing. Not my energy. Not anything about it was me. So that was a never again moment for me, for sure, for sure. Yep. It was just the smell, and like the fact that you couldn't shower. I there was like showering buses, but it was so gross. It was just so gross, and there was dirt everywhere, and you had to like stay in a tent, and like I'm a glamper. I'm not like a camper. And I would wake up and I'd be like cold, and also like my nose would be running, and then there'd be bugs, and then somebody actually like fell on me in the middle of the night at like 4 a.m. And then there's like everybody's like puking, and it's very loud all night. Oh, yeah. Nightmares. Nightmares. I want to read The House Across the Lake. I've heard the plot twist is unpredictable, but the hardcovers are my nemesis. Yes. It's unpredictable, really? Ooh, I'm excited for that then. I always like a good, if it's unpredictable, I honestly give it 5 stars. Like, I love when things can surprise me. That's basically how I determine if a thriller is good. So that's exciting. I went to a few concerts recently where I was in the pit, and it was so much more fun once I had a drink. Yes, you just have to like get something to take the edge off. I feel like when you're in those situations, it's just so much better. Just to like, okay, yep, we're feeling good. We're doing better. It's fine. It's fine. But the pit is crazy. I went to 21 Pilots in like 2017. No, it must have been 2016, yeah. And we ran to the pit like to get to the top, and I remember I was like out of breath trying to get to the front row of the pit. It was so crowded, but it was like amazing because like you get to see their faces, you know, like it's not just on the screen, you get to actually see them, which is crazy. I'm only on page 40, but I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy it a lot more than the others because I usually have differing taste for thrillers. Yes, same. I feel like I can't really gauge. I haven't found a thriller reader, like a booktuber, that I have found that like matches my taste for thrillers or horror. Like I'll never know. Haven't found someone where like if they get rated something 5 stars, I'll also rate it 5 stars. It's like a mix. Yeah, never again. No. The crowd didn't make me anxious, but I never knew your body could hurt so bad after dancing. Yes, yes. And when it's like a weekend trip, like a whole thing, it's like it's one thing if it's a one night and then you're done. You know, like a 2-day thing. But it's a whole nother thing when you start on a Thursday and you end on a Sunday. Oh my God. And then the traffic to get in and also to get out. It literally makes me anxious just thinking about it. Like, traffic gets me, like, if it's more than 15 minutes, I get super anxious in it. I don't know why. I think it's the fact that I think, like, what if I have to pee? I'm not gonna, like, go on the side of the road right now, but, like, I will if I need to. I stayed on Airbnb and read Project Hail Mary in a bubble bath. Yes. Oh my God, that sounds fun. Honestly, that's my ideal night. I always feel weird for saying I don't want to do things because of smells when people. Yes. No, I'm a super, super, like, what's the word? If I smell something, it immediately, like, ruins my day. Or, like, I can't be there anymore. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just not a vibe. Definitely not a vibe. I went to 21 Pilots last October. It was amazing. Yes. I think I went for the Blurry Face tour. So he had like the red drums, like, and the confetti was going, and it was just, he was like right there too. Like the drums were like right above me. I have a video. It was crazy. General admission, anything stresses me out. Yes, I'm seeing Giveon in October, and that's general admission. And there's like actual seats at this place too, though, because it's like one of those things where it's normally like a theater type situation, but so they have like the plushy seats, which is really nice, but it's like first come first serve, so it's like a little Hunger Games moment for a seat. So that's anxiety inducing. One day I was going to see Melanie Martinez, and me and my friend had VIP tickets for like seeing her, like getting a photo with her and stuff, and then getting like VIP seats. And we were so ready, like we were on point. We thought we were on time. It was fine. And then we're in line, and they're like, we're just in like the general admission line, and we get to the thing. We're like, oh, we're VIP. They're like, that started 2 hours ago, and we were like, I guess my friend never got directions to how to like get to the VIP and also like what time to come. So we missed our entire thing that we paid for, and it was so sad. We were like, but it was a great show anyway. But crazy. Oh my god. My comments deleted. Okay, there we go. Got them. Today's Grace and Rise Against. Yes. I love to be close. I know. It's like one of those things where like you have to sacrifice something. What's everyone's favorite Halloween / spooky / fall vibes book? Ooh. Ooh. You know what? I don't know. When it comes to like a vibes thing, like a YA, I would say White. What is it? The Tiffany D. Jackson book I read last year during this time. And I feel like it was a very good book for the time, and it was really fun to read. I also feel like if you're wanting a YA, like fantasy, I love House of Salt and Sorrow by Erin Craig. It is so fun. It has great vibes. And yeah, so good. So White Smoke was what it was called. Yeah, I loved reading that one. And then let's see. Obviously, but My Best Friend's Exorcism is a great book to read right now. So good. I feel like also like the Penelope Douglas Devil's Night series, that's an obvious choice. You know, it's great for a reread. It's great for reading it for the first time. It's the perfect time to read Penelope Douglas. This is the moment. So if you haven't picked up Falls Boys, highly recommend. And also, the whole Devil's Night series is great. But I feel like everyone knows about that series, so I'm going to say Falls Boys. And I'm actually reading a gothic romance during the Dark Romance Readathon that starts tomorrow. Nightshade by Carrie Lake. And I think it's going to be really good. I've heard good things about Carrie Lake, so we'll see. She's a little thick, but yes. I like Gabby Reed's for thriller horror and even some romance recs. Sometimes her opinions differ from mine, but I know her recs will at least entertain me. Yeah. I also really like her. I feel like she's very like real in the booktube community. And I do like a lot of her romance recs. Like part of Your World was a really solid book. It was so much fun. I love that one for a traditionally published romance book. And also Stolen Tongues sounds like it'll be a good fall horror book. They Never Learn. I really want to read this one, yes. female serial killer who is a professor at a college getting revenge on men who do wrong to women. It's giving like Taylor Swift if she was in a horror novel. You know what I mean? Like, love that. White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson was good. Yes, it was. It was a good one. If you ever get a thriller mood, I 100% recommend Behind Her Eyes. Yes, I've heard good things about this one from Cami. I believe it's Cami who loves it. Or does she hate it? It's either one, but I feel like she loves it. And me shaking the plot twist. Oh my god. I love a good plot twist. I really do. The Wicked Deep. Oh, I have this one. Oh, The Grace Year too. Oh my god, I loved that book when I read it. So good. It had me shook though. The Grace Year. Like the way that, you know what I'm saying. The romance part, like the way that whole thing played out. Crazy. Silent Patient for spooky vibes. I still need to read this. Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremblay. Oh, I haven't heard of that one. Need to look it up. I never read a PD book. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Credence is one of my favorite books of all time. I don't know if anyone knew this, but Credence is so freaking good. But I feel like it's more like of a fall / moving into winter type thing because it's set in Colorado. They get snowed in the mountains, and that's why they have to stay up there and they get isolated together. And that's when shit goes down. And that book just holds so much space in my heart because, listen, it's not about how taboo it is because it's not that taboo. It has taboo elements. But for me, I just related to Tiernan so much, the main character, and the way that she coped with all that she was dealing with. I don't know. There were so many good quotes in that book. And I don't know. A lot of people shit on that book, but I love it and I will never stop. So, highly recommend. But for fall, I don't know. I feel like you should read the Devil's Night series. It's such a good series for the fall. And they're all really good. They're spicy. They have like a suspense plot. You have a friend group too. Like if you're into like a solid friend group that you can take on for like 4 books. Solid. Love the Silent Patient. That twist. Yes. Silent Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires was great for the vibes. I want to reread that because I actually only gave it 2 stars. But that's because I'm in love with the plot one at the end. Ooh. I have it too, but I haven't read it yet. It's actually sitting right here. I read The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix, and I didn't love it. I rated it 3 stars, and that surprised me because I loved my best friend's Exorcism so much. So I thought I'd be like super into him as an author, but I do need to try Silent Book Club. I don't know why I read The Final Girl Support Group first, because that came out after. But I think I was just excited because it was a new release. But yeah, you know what I'm really not happy about is the book Hide. Like the cover and everything about this is so stunning. But everybody has been hating this book. And I'm like so sad because I bought it so excited. Like the map is so fun. The whole thing, the high stakes hide and seek competition, like that sounds like so up my alley, but apparently it is not a good time. I still want to read it, but I don't want to read it if it's going to be like terrible. I don't know. The Hollow Places by T. Kingfisher. I have that one too. I love T. Kingfisher. I just read Nettle and Bone, which was like a fantasy type story, but also like fairy tale retelling, but it was kind of like horror a little bit. I don't know. It had like a darker element to it, and it was really fun and short. So that one was good. Also for the fall, I feel like that one was good too. I, for the fall, love a good YA fantasy that has darker themes. So other than romance, I do love a good YA fantasy. I'm excited to get into the Stay a Spell series by Juliet Cross for spooky season. Oh, I've heard of this. Oh my god, wait. I have the perfect recommendation that's for like cringy rom-com. What was it called? Oh, something Hex. It was so fun. I just read it recently at the beach, which was so random because it's literally for the fall time. I don't know why I read it when I did. But it's like a Kylo Ren / Rey fanfic. But don't let that deter you because it was so good. Oh my, why can't I find it? I think it's called Go Hex Yourself or something. Go Hex Yourself. I didn't even rate it on Goodreads. Oh my god. I need to rate it. Okay, I think I rated it like 5 stars. 4 stars? I don't know. I'm gonna do 5 stars. Anyway, it was so fun. It was like a witchy rom-com, but it was so rom-com-y. Like, if you want something that's just such a fun time that doesn't take itself too seriously, ready, Go Hex Yourself. It was seriously so much fun. It gave me Wizards of Waverly Place vibes, and it just was. Yeah, the top rating, it says everyone needs to rate it, so everyone does. A Dowry of Blood and Kingdom of the Wicked, all good choices. Stolen Tongues is a creepypasta here on YouTube, read by Bbusta, but it's called My Cabin Getaway. My Cabin Getaway. Oh, nice. Yeah, I need to read. I think it's still in KU, Stolen Tongues, but My Cabin Getaway. Nice. I love Crayons too. Yes, it was so good. I loved rereading it too. Like, I reread that and thought it was even better. So, yeah, I know. It's like really on the download. I keep it really, really tight in here. So I don't tell people a lot, it's just one of those things. What book would you recommend to start for someone who has literally never read one dark romance? Oh, okay. This is very difficult. You know what? Let me see. I gotta go through my list. It's hard because I really want to say Twisted Heathens by J. Rose because that book, nobody listens to me. And I'm just waiting for someone to listen and read the damn book because it's so good. And I'm waiting for this author to blow up because she's so good. I'm like, what is happening? But you know what I would recommend? I'd probably recommend Emily McIntyre, the Never After series, if you like Disney villains. Because I feel like she does it better than Katie Robert. But the same kind of energy goes into it where like the villain gets the girl and it's spicy, but it still has like a plot. And it's supposed to be like dark romance. It's not really that dark though. So that might be a good start. But I'd also say Find Me by Ashley Rostek because it's more suspense, but it still has some dark elements in there. Like, it still has some graphic type content. And she also goes through a lot. Like, she has nightmares and stuff. So that one's good. I feel like Haunting Adeline is honestly pretty entry level dark romance. It gets way darker in book 2 because there's like more sex trafficking, but the first one is more like a mystery plot with like a stalker romance. So that might be a good one. And everyone loves it. Everyone loves Haunting Adeline. So it's a good place to start to like know you'll probably like it because I feel like not a lot of people hate that book. It has like a 4.1 on Goodreads. Mostly great reviews, so it's safe to say that one could be good. I mean, no, not that one. Definitely not that one. I feel like Sophie Lark, There Are No Saints. I know that one's not exactly entry level, but that book, if you like it, you know you're in. You're in deep to the genre. Like if you want a serial killer romance and you're just like, let me just go for it. I feel like There Are No Saints. It's just top tier. I will never again find a duet so good. I feel like that duet was amazing. I read it all in one sitting. The playlist was good. It was just such a hype time in my life. I did like reading sprints during it with Sarah, and we read the whole thing on sprints, and it was so much fun. And that one is really good. I love it. But personally, I'll tell you what I read first. I used to read darker stuff even when I was a teenager. So I read Pushing the Limits by Katie McGarry. And I feel like they were a little bit dark. I feel like they were kind of a little bit dark romance for beginners. I don't know, but I loved them. They have 120,000 ratings, 4 stars. If they look like this, there's like 3 books. And I really do feel like they were an entry level dark romance because there was some heavier content. I loved them when I was a teenager. I don't know if I'd love them now, but that was like the first books that I read that got me into the genre. And then recently, like when I started BookTube, I think my first one that was darker was Sicko by Amo Jones. So that's where I started. That one is a little bit confusing at times, but it's like a foster brother romance. And it's also like motorcycle club. There's like sex trafficking going on. There's a lot of things, but it's kind of messed up. It's still really good though. So I don't know. I'd recommend that one. I have like given that to my friends that haven't read dark romance before as a dark romance. So maybe that one. If you like My Best Friend's Exorcism, you'll probably like Head Full of Ghosts. Ooh, okay. Let me screenshot it from my TBR. Okay. Wait, I think I've seen this before. I wonder if Caroline's read this. Oh my god, she did. See, I knew it. Caroline. She gave it 5 stars. So it's safe to say I'd probably like it if Caroline liked it. Oh, a lot of my friends in Goodreads read this. Nice. Finley Donovan is Killing It is good if you don't want something super scary but want the vibes. Yes, I do want to read this. The second one came out too. I feel like I always hear so many things about a bunch of different ones, but I know some of them can be polarizing, different from others. Yes, so true. It's like really up to your taste. And once you know what you like about their books, I feel like you'll know if you want to pick them up. Because you can tell like if you're going to like it based on the tropes or just the synopsis. I think the Brutal Birthright series is a good place to start. It's not heavy in dark elements, but it's a good gateway. I was going to say that too, I feel like, but I couldn't really say that without reading the whole series. But based on the first book, yeah, I think it was pretty tame for dark romance. Also, Pam Godwin does great dark romance. She's like a great writer. I'm gonna read Hide for Stranger Things readathon. Yeah, you'll have to let me know. But I've heard really bad things all the way around. I haven't heard a good review of it. Finlay Donovan, so fun. Waiting for book 3. The X-Hex. Oh my gosh. I read this. I had fun with it. It was like objectively not that good, but it was still a fun time because I read it like right before Halloween, and I feel like if it's gonna give me what I'm wanting in that moment, I'm gonna rate it good. So I think I ended up rating it like 4 stars or something. Yep. I also said this one was reminiscent of Wizards of Waverly Place. That's like my go-to thing. I really need new thoughts up in here because that's what I say for everything. I was just about to ask if anyone has read the X Hex. Yeah, it was fun. It had a little competition, and it was really like rushed. I felt like I think that's how I felt. I read it last year, but I remember thinking it was pretty rushed at the end, but it was fun, and it was lacking in the romance department. But I hated the X Hex. Don't recommend. Yes. Oh my god, so good. The movie. I'm sorry, that was like top tier. Top tier. Like I love Selena Gomez too, but that character, she was just so relatable. And then the whole Wizard's Cup or whatever, where she has to like beat out her brothers. So fun. So fun. Yes. Okay. Isn't it? Okay. But can I just say, the second one's even better. And then the third one is even better. You know what I mean? Like, I am obsessed and I just want to scream it from the rooftops. Like, I'm constantly trying to think of videos where I can mention it again without being like super repetitive. I just love this series. It's so original. I've never read anything like it. If I could, I would. I love it. The second book is even better because I feel like the author just really did a lot of research and it shows. And in the third book, we get another guy in the harem. And he's top tier. Just saying. But yes. I love Emily McIntyre. I pictured Hook from Once Upon a Time. Me too. That's what I pictured. What is your favorite one? Because I feel like they all get better. That's my hot take. I loved Scarred more than I liked Hooked. And then I really liked Wretched better than Scarred. But I think it's just because I was reading it at the time and it was fresh in my brain. I think I really did like Scarred the best. But I don't know. I think I'm really gonna like Twisted though. Jasmine and Jafar. I'm literally so excited. And it comes out in February. I'm like, can we at least have one sooner? Like, I need it. But the cover is so stunning. I need a dark romance where the content is dark, but the hero isn't a bad person. Oh, like Lotus are still beating. Yes. Oh my gosh. I love. Oh my. Have you read June 1st? It's not dark romance, but it's by Jennifer Hartman. And that book destroyed me. It's my favorite book of the year, 2022. So, oh my god, there's an X Hex 2 coming out. Y'all, there's an X Hex 2 called The Kiss Curse. When does this come out? I need to know. Oh my god, it's coming out. Y'all, you heard it here first. Just kidding. I probably am the last to know about this. But there is a second book, a companion novel to the X Hex. What is it about? Let me see. Welcome to Spooky Season. This is a follow-up to... Oh my god, it's Gwen, which was like the best character. She was a side character in the book. And handsome Wells Panhallow as they battle a new band of witches and their own magical chemistry. Oh my god, so fun. I'm definitely reading this. Or screenshotting. That sounds amazing. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, June 1st, you need to read. It's so good. I'm making my coworker read it right now. Like, I'm just showing everyone books as we speak. But it's so good. Where the hero isn't bad. I feel like a lot of them, the hero isn't bad. Definitely not There Are No Saints, because he is definitely a serial killer. But let me think. I need to like scroll down my thing. Oh yeah. Yeah. Haunting Adeline, I feel like, is a good one. He's not a bad person. He's just stalking her. But he's actually a good person because he's fighting evil. So that's kind of good. He's also like a book boyfriend, you know. He's got all the vibes. If you like Reverse Harem, Twisted Heathens. Let's see. Yeah, I can't think of any more, but I'm sure the chat might have some. Or the hero heroine is bad with a sort of justifiable reason. Like I loved the Mindfuck series. Okay, yeah, that's a good series. Um, yeah, that's a good one. Definitely. If you like that, I feel like maybe you'd like Lovely Bad Things by Trisha Wolfe, or you could try the other Trisha Wolfe one that gets compared to this book a lot. I haven't read it. It's called Darkly, Truly Darkly, Darkly Truly, something like that. It's her romance serial killer duet, and it's supposed to be really good. But I read Lily Bad Things, which was her most recent release. It's like a serial killer slash crime investigator, but it's way more sinister than that. It has like a cult type vibe. There's sacrifices going on. There's philosophy. It's very dark academia. It's very fall, and it has plot twist galore. And I feel like the characters are both like morally gray. It's hard. There's a whole lot going on, but those are really good ones. It was very steamy too. It was like weirdly steamy. I don't know how to explain it. Yes, you need it. So good. Also, the playlist is really, really good. I loved listening as I read. I meant not the XX. I meant Go Hex Yourself. Oh, yes. Yeah, that's a good one. I loved Go Hex Yourself. There's a lot of hexing going on in like the Halloween romances. Everything is using hex. So I definitely mix them up. I got Pam Gottman's Deliver Me series based on your rec to my TBR. So good. Yes. I need to read that series like I got the chunky books that are, what is it called? Like where they combine them all. So she put like 3 of them all in one, and I have the first 2. So it says like deliver us from evil. And they're so beautiful on the shelf because they're white, and it just says deliver me from evil or deliver us from evil. And then the last one is called something else that goes along with that, and it's just so stunning on the shelf. I'm almost done with the second one. I can't wait to get the third one now. So good. It just came out, so it's like fresh. I just read it. I still need to film a recent reads, but I'm still trying to finish a few books to get that up. But I cannot wait to talk about Desecrated Saints. It was such a good time. I could scream. They are standalones, yes. And I feel like they are very standalone. Like, you really don't need to read them in order. Yeah, exactly. Because they don't have like the same characters. You know how most companion books, you feel like you need to read them in order because the characters, you just get something else. You know, you get like the Easter eggs and everything. This series doesn't do that at all. It's like all very not in the same world. I haven't read June 1st yet. I have Lotus, and I'm almost finished with it. I'm putting it off because the idea of a plot twist scares me, and then I'll read Still Beating and then June 1st. Yes. They're all so good. I liked Still Beating the best. And then, but I read Lotus first, which I don't know if if I could go back, I would read Still Beating first, I think. Well, no, I wouldn't. Would I? Yeah, I think I would. I think I might because they mentioned stuff. Maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. There was something they mentioned in one of the books where if you had read the book that they're talking about, you would understand it better. I don't remember if I read it in the order that I was supposed to or if I should have read it differently, but I did read Lotus first, then I read Still Beating, and then I read June 1st. No, I read The Wrong Heart in between those, which is also a really good one. The Wrong Heart. It's a little more cheesy, but it has a good plot. It's very interesting. It's like this lady, she reaches out to the guy, her husband died, and then she reaches out to the guy that got his organs, so he has his heart, and she wants to like be connected with him, and she's going to therapy, and she ends up being in the same therapy as him, and he's like also in therapy because he has some issues going on in his life as well. And then he has her husband's heart, and she's also talking to him on email, and they don't know it. And So that's an interesting book, and it also made me cry. So yeah, Jennifer Harman's just such a good writer. I just love her books. But her latest one was definitely my favorite out of all her books. Slash, like, one of my favorite books ever of my whole life. So yeah, June 1st, something else. So good. But I don't want to hate read next time. That's the way to go, honestly. Maybe you'll love it. Yes. Yes, so good. Into Temptation. Yes, they are, and they all line up. It's just so beautiful. I love it. Lotus first, but then while I was reading it, I realized that there are characters in Lotus that are in Still Beating. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just like, should I read it differently? Would I get a different experience? So, yes. But on that note, I think I gotta go to bed. Slash, maybe I'll drink some tea and like read a little bit more. But I'll be doing sprints tomorrow for the start of the Dark Romance Readathon. If you're participating, the templates are on my Instagram and my highlights. So feel free to join. It's going to be fun. It's a week long. It'll be so fun. But I'm going to finish this first. And then by 8 p.m. tomorrow, I will be starting Dark Romance all week. So I'm very excited. I think I'm going to read. I don't know what I'm going to read first, but we'll see tomorrow. The group book is The Madhouse by Liza James. And it's a female step sibling trope / cult setting. And I think it's going to be fun, but we'll see. So yes, thank you guys for sprinting with me today. I had fun, and also we got some reading done. I feel like I got good progress in. I'm intrigued. I'm ready to know what happens. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys tomorrow / all week. We'll be sprinting, so I'll see you at some point. But have a good night. Thank you. Bye.